Greetings everyone. I'm Ashley Arcaya from Group 2 of 2BS ITC. For today's video, ipepresent po namin ang aming prelim project para sa CSS 107, Data Structures and Algorithms. So, ang title po ng prelim project na ito ay ang City Zoo Inventory Tracking System. So, ipapakita namin dito ang core features ng aming system, kung paano mag-manage ng animal records, search queries, at enclosure tracking. Pati na rin ang Java code logic na ginamitan namin ng basic array, loops, at conditional statements. So let's proceed na po sa pinaka-code and ipepresent po ito ni Solinas.
Greetings everyone, I am Rizal S. Solinas from 2ITC. Today I will be discussing the main menu of our program. First, we use this system.out.print to print the program title. Then next, we use this dual loop to keep the menu running until the user chooses to exit. It displays the menu first, then waits for the user's choice. We use system.out.print, enter your choice, to prompt the user to enter the number of the desired menu option. Then this choice equals integer that parse int, open parenthesis, br, which is our buffer reader, dot read line, open and close parenthesis, semicolon, to read the user's input using buffer reader and converts it from a string into an integer or int so it can be used in the switch statement, which is this one. Inside the switch statement, which is this, checks the value entered by the user, which is the choice, and decides which block of the code to execute. First, for like example, the user chose 1. Case 1 executes when the user enters 1. The case is used to add a new animal record. So basically, these codes will execute when the user chooses 1. Case 2 executes when the user enters 2. This case display all registered animals. Case 3 execute. This program will execute when the user enters 3. The case 3 or this case searches for an animal by its name. Then proceed to case 4. Case 4 will execute basically when the user enters number 4. This case counts the number of animals belongs to a specific species. Then the case 5, this code executes when the user chooses or enters 5. This case is for to display all animals assigned to a specific enclosure, 0 to 4. Then, this case 6. It displays a goodbye message and ends the program when the user enters 6. Then, we have break in each case for ends the current case and prevents the program from continuing to the next case. The default executes if the user enters a number that is invalid choice or that is not listed in the menu. So basically, it informs the user that the input is invalid and prompts them to try again, enter a new number. So, as a summary, the switch case statement controls the flow of the program, and it reads the user's menu choice and executes the corresponding operation. Each case represents one menu option, which break stops the execution after the selected option is completed. So basically, if the user enters an invalid choice, the default case or this default displays an error message. That's all. Thank you.
Greetings po. I am Rain Mariel Angie Bolaños from 2ITC, and today I will be discussing the case 1 for adding animal. So if the count variable is equal to 50, the system will print the zoo has reached its maximum capacity. However, if there is still more space, the system will ask the user for the animal details, which is the animal name, species, age, and enclosure number between 0 to 4 only. If the enclosure count is less than 0 or enclosure count is greater than 4, the system will print invalid enclosure number because it should be between 0 to 4 only. And if the user enters a valid enclosure number, the count will be increased and the system will print animal added successfully. And after that, there will be a break statement to exit the switch block immediately. So that concludes my discussion from case 1 for adding animal. Thank you.
Mga greetings po. I'm Jan Santiago from 2ITC. For my part, I will be discussing the first part of case 2, which is view all animals if this statement. The code first checks the condition. If count is equals to 0. The variable count keeps track of how many animals are stored in the system. If count is equals to 0, it means that no animals have been added yet. Instead of trying to display empty data, the program simply prints the message, no animals have been added here. And this is important because it lets the user know that there are no records to view and prevents the program from displaying empty information. And that concludes my discussion about my part. Thank you.
Greetings, I am Jan Leonel Evangelista from 2BSITC. So today po, i-present ko po yung view all animals or continuation po ng case 2. So if count nga po is equality to 0, ang ipiprint niya po is etong no animals have been added yet. But if count po is greater than 0, mapupunta po tayo dito sa else block. Sa else block po, meron tayong for loop. Sa for loop po, nasisimula po siya sa index 0 at mag-ano po siya, magpa-plus 1 po siya ng magpa-plus 1. Gawa po nitong i++ hanggang matapos po yung loop. Sa loob po ng loop, ang una niya pong ipiprint is eto pong separator. Yung purpose po ng separator is para mas malinis po yung output natin, tsaka mas mababasa ng user yung output ng hindi po siya nalilito. Then after po nun, ito na pong name, species, age, and enclosure po. Kaya po ay po yung nakalagay dito is para same index po sila lahat, para accurate po yung makukuha ang information ng user po. Kapag niran po natin yan, parehas po siya ng makukuhang information kasi po same index lang po sila nag-start. So accurate po yung makukuhang information ng user po dito kasi po sa same index sila nag-start. Then after po nun, magbe-break na po siya para po hindi tumaloy sa case 3 yung yung program po. Kasi po pag wala po yung break, tutuloy po yan dito sa case 3. Kailangan niya po talaga ng break. And that concludes my topic po.
Greetings everyone. My name is Carl Adrian A. Aligado from 2ITC. Now I'm going to explain the case number 3, which is the name search. Here in case 3, if count is equal to 0, it will print no animals have been added yet. But if count is greater than 0, it will proceed here in else. And then you can enter an animal name you want to search. And then here we use the search variable name and then boolean found equal false. Here in our for loop, we have the condition if search that equals ignore case animal name, the found will become the found will equal to true. For example, you search for example, in the first input you input dog, and then of course dog is inside here in animal name, and then you search dog, it will found equal to true, and then it will print the animal found, the name of the animal, the species, the age, and then the enclosure it belong, and then break. But here in not found, if not found, For example, you input dog earlier and then you search cat, it will print animal not found because cat is not inside here in animal name. Then after that, it will break. And that's it. Thank you.
Greetings. My name is Jim Malgala and I'm going to discuss my part on this project. This code is used to count how many animals belong to a specific species entered by the user. It first displays the message enter species to count and reads the user input using br.readline, storing it in the species variable. Next, it creates an integer variable named CTR and initializes it to 0. This variable acts as a counter that will keep track of the number of matching animals. The for loop then starts from index 0 and continues until it reaches the current number of stored animals. During each iteration, the program compares the species stored in the species array with the user input using equal is ignore case. Now, this method ignores uppercase and lowercase differences. So, inputs like big letter lion, small letter lion are treated the same. Now, in the if-else statement, it's going to discuss by my group name, and that's all for my part. Thank you for listening.
So, for the if-else statement condition, so after the program finishes counting, it checks the value of the variable CTR. So if CTR is greater than 0, it means the program found one or more animal that match the species entered by the user. Then it displays the message that the total number of animals of that species. So there are plus CTR plus species in the zoo. Otherwise, if CTR is still 0, it means no matching species were found in the inventory. In that case, the program displays a message informing the users that no animals with the specified species exist. So this if-else statement ensures that the user receives the appropriate output depending on whether matching animals were found or not.
Greetings po. I'm Josh Clarence Completa from 2ITC. Today I will discussing my part, which is the code for validating the enclosure number entered by the user. First, the program asks the user to enter enclosure number from 0 to 4 using system.out.print statement. The input is then converted from a string into an integer using integer parseInt.readline and stored in the variable target enclosure. Next, the if statement checks whether the enter number is valid. If the value is less than 0 or greater than 4, it means the input is outside the allow range. The program then displays the message invalid enclosure number to inform the user that the input is incorrect. This validation helps prevent invalid data from being processed and ensures that only enclosure number from 0 to 4 are accepted. And that concludes my discussion about the enclosure number validation code. Thank you.
Greetings everyone. Ngayon, i-explain ko paano gumagana ang else block na to sa displaying animals by enclosure page 5. So, gagana lang itong else block na to if si user enter the number between 0 to 4. So, if si user is enter ng number na less than 0 or greater than 4, is magiging valid siya. Hindi siya dediretso dito sa else block. So, sa loob ng else block is may naka-initialize na boolean pm na nakaset sa false. So, ito naman tayo sa for loop. ginagawa na itong for loop is tinecheck niya lahat ng animals na nakastore sa loob ng array. So, ang ginagawa naman na itong tick na to is tinecheck niya yung enclosure number ng current animal ay pareho sa enclosure na na-enter ng user. So, if pareho yung enter ni user na enclosure, kung pareho sa in-input kanina, so dun sa pag-add ng animal, kung parehas yun is yung EN is magiging true. Set siya sa true. And then pag true, pag parehas yun, ipipanit niya to lahat. So, if hindi naman parehas yung na-enter ni user na enclosure is false siya. And ang ipiprint is no animals found in this enclosure. So, ganun lang. So, itong break naman na to is para lang hindi siya dumiretso dito sa susunod na case. So,
Greetings everyone, I am Senyido Princess Joyce and I will discuss about the output of the program. So, ang una nyo makikita once na niran yung program is the menu. So, nakalagay dito yung title ng system which is the System Zoo Inventory Tracking System and the menus which is the first one is add new animal, the second is view all animals, the third is search animal by name, the fourth one is count animals by species, the fifth one is display animals by enclosure, and lastly the sixth is the exit. So, the system will ask what is the user choice. For example, I will enter the one. So, I will add animal name, lion, enter species, mammal, enter age, 5, and mamili tayo ng enclosure number which is, I will add the 2. So, the system will display animal added successfully if it's successful to add or wala siyang error. So, magiging ganito siya kapag, for example, mag-add tayo ng tiger and mamali natin yung enclosure niya. For example, out of bounds or number 5 yung ilalagay natin sa enclosure. So, ayun. Invalid enclosure number which is syempre hindi siya ma-add sa program or hindi siya mag-add. And matatest natin siya by viewing all the animals which is the menu number 2. So, yan. We will search. So, ayun. Ito lang ang lumabas, yung lion which is yung successfully natin na-add. So, next is search. Search animal by name. So, the system will ask the user what is the animal name to search. So, for example, yung tinype natin na lion. So, nalagay niya dito if the animal found and yung system is isi-show niya or i-display niya yung name, species, age, and enclosure ng animal. So, for example is mag-search ako ng ibang animals like yung tiger na hindi natin na-add kanina dahil mali yung enclosure. So, it will display animal not found. So, next is this count animals by species. For example, species natin is mammal. So there are 1 mammals in the zoo. So for example ay magkakount ako ng animals na wala dyan with, for example is reptile. So, the system will display no animals found the species reptile. So, the last is the 5. So, display animals by enclosure. So, yan, magta-type tayo ng 5. And then, enclosure number, which is the 2. So, yun, nalabas din yung name, name, species, age ng animal na naka-enclose sa number 2. So, for example naman is type tayo ng enclosure number 3. So, ayun, nakalagay na, i-display niya na no animals found in this enclosure. So, what if pumindot din ako ng ibang enclosure? Pumindot din ako ng siguro -1. So, yan. Invalid enclosure number. It must be 0 to 4. So, what if naman ay nagpindot ako sa menu ng number 7. So, ayun. Nakalagay is invalid choice. Tapos, magsasuggest pa rin yung system na or magdi-display pa rin ulit ng system ng valid choice, which is yung 6 lang. So, kapag pinindot natin yung 6, it will exit the program. So, thank you for using Citizen Inventory Tracking System. Thank you!
To wrap up things, nakita natin kung paano na-handle ng maayos ng aming City Zoo Inventory Tracking System ang hanggang 50 animal records gamit ang basic and efficient Java techniques. Mula sa aming buong grupo na sina Senyido, Aligado, Arcaya, Bolaños, Kompleto, Diego, Evangelista, Galang, Magsino, Paulo at Solinas. Maraming salamat po sa panonood.